guys? I'm Duncan Deep, and don't worry, the rest of this video is going to be much better quality and hopefully without the echoey audio. I have sort of hooked up a way to fix that, so we're looking at fixing that, but I just wanted to show you guys, my office is not yet ready, so unfortunately I am recording this in a conservatory with a really ghetto setup, but it's going to be as good as I can make it, so I hope you enjoy, guys. This is my new PC build, and I'm really excited to get this started. Alright guys, first things first, this is a sponsored video by ASUS Republic of Gamers. They did provide the motherboard and a whole load of the peripherals for this build, but I have been using their products for years, so this is no departure from the norm for me. I have been using ASUS products for the longest time, and I would never accept a sponsorship from any company I didn't absolutely believe in. Let's get down to business with this build and go through what is in it. Obviously, the complete build will also be in the description down below. So let's start with the heart of the computer. That is the processor, and I will be running the 6700K. It is the i7 Skylake offering, the latest offering by Intel, and this is of course the K variant, so it's the unlocked variant, which I do plan on overclocking to about 4.7 gigahertz, maybe a little faster, depending on how well I did in the Silicon Lottery. Okay, next we're going to talk about the RAM. I've actually gone with 32 gigabytes of G-Skill's Riptide 5, clocked in at 3200 megahertz, and of course it's DDR4, because what's the point of running Skylake without DDR4? The reason that I went with such high-speed RAM is because on investigation, it does appear that your RAM speed has a huge impact on performance in Skylake builds, especially with unlocked processors. I really don't see the point of having a 6700K if you're not running DDR4 RAM of at least 2666 MHz. So I recommend at the very least to go for that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the motherboard. This is the Maximus 8 Hero by ASUS Republic Gamers, as I said. This is a board they sourced for me, but it was actually the board I was looking at. It was between this and the slightly higher range Extreme, but for cost effectiveness and to be honest, this is an enthusiast board. This will do whatever you want it to do with overclocking. There is absolutely nothing else required, so it's an absolutely fantastic board, and I will get into the features in a moment, but let's have a look at what's in the box first. So you open up the box, it's really nicely packaged, and you can actually see the board through this plastic window right away. It's a really nice looking board, even though for me, function always trumps form when it comes to PC building. I don't care about what stuff looks like, so long as it performs its job really well, which reviews seem to say this board does. So let's see what else is in the box as well as the board. All you need to do is lift this up, and the board comes out in its own little tray, which I think is really nice because you can just put it to the side, ready to build. Underneath, we have all the stuff you normally get with a motherboard. You've got all the cables and manuals and a nice little game on thing that goes on your door handle. I don't think that I'll actually be using this, to be honest, because there's no one who will really walk in on me. We also have a whole load of stickers, which is nice, I guess, for people who like to stick things to their motherboards. These are hard drive stickers, and they seem to tell you where your hard drives are, and then these are a different type of sticker. I don't know what those are for. Anyway, let's move on. We've got our manuals, and we've then got our cables. I don't think there's much more to explore in the bottom half of this box, other than the faceplate, which I'm just going to open up for you here. This is the backplate, sorry, not the faceplate, the backplate for your computer. It looks really nice. I'm going to try and get it on camera for you guys. There's a Republic of Gamers logo on it. It's got a nice sheen to it. It just seems a little higher quality than the standard backplates I'm used to. But other than that, it's pretty standard in the bottom half of this box. I'm really looking forward to actually taking a look at the motherboard itself. Open up the motherboard here. It's a really nice looking motherboard, as I already said. I don't much care though for form, as I said. Function is far more important to me, and it won't come out of the box. There's some tabs here. But basically, there's a lot I want to talk about in this motherboard. Lots of technology crammed onto this board that is quite important. I think the first thing I do want to talk about is the Supreme FX 2015. The audio solution on this motherboard is so good that an audio card is pretty much unnecessary unless you're a massive audiophile, and even then, unless you have very, very expensive headphones, you won't be able to tell the difference. There is some nice shielding on the heat sinks, which looks nice. It says Hero. We've got the chipset heatsink, which does have an LED in it for those of you who like to customize, and I'm just trying to show you the whole board here. I'm sorry, my camera setup is not ideal for this. We do have a nice processor cover that says that I shouldn't remove it until after I've installed the processor, but I'll probably ignore that just because I know how I like to install things. and I don't really want to be told what to do by a piece of plastic. I might regret saying that later on, however. So that's the motherboard. There's a lot on this board for gamers. I will put a document down below which tells you all of the features that this thing has. But one of the things I'm looking forward to the most is Sonic Studio 2, which not only removes my background noise, but also removes the background noise from people I'm talking to in Skype, so no more annoying background noise from other members of Peripherals or other video people. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a couple of other features which are really, really cool, especially the dedicated PCIe slot down at the bottom to the chipset, which gives you your own bandwidth to the chipset, which I will be using for my Elgato HD60 Pro, which, as you guys probably know, I am a huge fan of. Okay, let's move on to the liquid cooler. This is an all-in-one cooler. It's a very easy liquid cooling solution, and it is the Corsair H100i GTX. This is definitely the all-in-one cooler that I would recommend to anybody. I've been using an H100i in my old build for the longest time. It's still in complete working order, but since I'm giving my old build to Beryl, I decided I would pick up a new one for myself, so I wouldn't deprive her of that glorious liquid cooling. Plus, I wouldn't have to take it all apart and reapply thermal paste and put it onto a new one and all of that nonsense. I can just get a brand new one and use that. I almost strayed and I did buy an NZXT one, but it came leaking in the box, which was basically a sign that I should go back to good old Corsair for my liquid cooling, and I will be, of course, overclocking the crap out of my CPU, so I need to keep it nice and cool, so a liquid cooling solution was the best choice for me. So there are a couple of things from my old build which will not be going to Beryl, and the first of these is my Elgato HD60 Pro, and yes, that is a sticker on it saying not for resale, not final hardware, because this is the beta edition, although it is actually identical to the final edition of the hardware that they brought out, and it works absolutely perfectly. This is an HDMI in-out pass-through capture card that goes into a PCIe slot, and this will be going into that dedicated X16 bandwidth PCIe slot to the chipset on the motherboard. I'm really looking forward to getting that into that full-length PCIe slot. I feel it may even perform slightly better than it was before, and that is considering it was performing perfectly before and actually the best capture card I've ever owned. I'm really looking forward to seeing if I can push it even further and might even run the CPU cables through it and do all of that to get an even higher performing thing, although that is not necessary with this monstrous graphics card. I have never bothered to upgrade to the 980 Ti because the 780 Ti, this is the ASUS DirectQ or DirectCU overclock edition, and I do overclock it quite aggressively because the way I see it is I've had this for a long time. It's the 780 Ti, it's an outdated card, it still runs everything on ultra when I want it to with a very, very good frame rate. But if I do burn it out by overclocking it too aggressively, I can just pick up a 980 Ti. It's an excuse to pick up a new graphics card, so I'm happy to overclock the crap out of this card. Unfortunately for me, ASUS parts are so reliable that it's never going to die, and so I will never have an excuse to upgrade, because obviously if it runs ultra on everything, I don't really have an excuse to buy the latest, even though I do like to have those big numbers in my system, as you guys might have guessed by the 32 gigabytes of 32 megahertz RAM. So obviously I'm also going to keep my hard drives from my old PC. I've got a solid state drive. I've got about 6 terabytes of storage in two 2 terabytes and two 1 terabytes, I think, which is plenty of storage. And that's about it for what I'm keeping from my old PC. Moving on to my peripherals. I have an ASUS Strix 2.0 gaming headset, which I am really excited for because it's a very comfortable headset, and I've been using the same headset that I have used and you've seen on stream for the longest time. Let me just open up this box. So I've been using the same headset for the longest time, and it still works perfectly. My Bose AE5s, I really love them, and I'm going to keep using them for moving around and music and stuff, but this headset is a beast. It's a really, really nice headset. I did use it at the ASUS ROG booth, and they very kindly sent me one, so why not? I am going to try and get you guys a discount code, so check the description regularly. It will go down there eventually if I manage to get one for these Strix products, 20% off discount code. This box is a nightmare. There's this microphone, and then there should be some more stuff. So this is a microphone that plugs in and I can use when I'm moving around. So if I'm on laptop or something, when I get a new laptop that is, I will plug this microphone in and I won't have to lug my Blue Yeti around everywhere with me. So that'll be very useful. It seems like it's a decent quality. It's a nice build. It's actually a flexible plastic, which is a bit odd. It's actually nice though. And then there are some audio cables and things. And I'm just going to get these headphones out of the box. I want to see the headphones themselves. They've got really cool owl eyes on the side, and yeah, I really like them. So here we go. And we've got Lots of plastic. Okay, recycler's nightmare. Okay, one second. Just gonna pop this out here. Okay, and throw this away, and do the thing, and do this, and there we go. So probably should have unboxed them off of camera. I may even edit out the unboxing there because it was a bit of a nightmare. We've got these nice owl eyes on the side of the headphones, which I really like. And they're very big, though. They are very, very big. I do like my old headphones. I'm not going to lie. I do like my Bose AE5s. They've been with me for 5-6 years now. But I think I'm definitely going to give these a try, especially since they have that microphone. So that'll be really useful on the go when I want to go and do a stream at Robbie's house or something. I can just plug the microphone in and be ready to go with decent quality audio. So yeah, that's it. Those are the Strix 2.0 headphones. Really nice design. Very big though. The thing I keep coming back to is that they're very big. Just look at them. They're huge. I might do a picture of me with them on, maybe, if I remember to edit that in. But yeah, big headphones, big headphones. But there we go. We'll put them on. They're comfortable. They are comfortable. All right, let's move along. So next up is the Strix Glide Control, I think it is, mousepad. It's an absolutely awesome mousepad. Yeah, Glide Control. And it's an absolutely awesome mousepad. It's much higher quality than the mousepad I currently have. And I think people underestimate how important a mousepad is when you're gaming. A really good quality mousepad will really help you get that precise movement you're looking for. If you're just on a desk on wood or something, the irregularities in the grain and the poor surface basically will mean that it will not move as precisely as you will, and you will be at a massive disadvantage no matter how good your gaming mouse is. So I think it's actually really important to have a good quality gaming mousepad, and I've always had a good quality mousepad, but this one's really nice. It's a heavy fabric weave, so I think my old mousepad is a big long one, and I think that's going to be relegated just to my keyboard, and then this mousepad is going to be for my mouse, as it should be. But yeah, it's a really nice pro gaming mousepad, and I will have space on my desk for both mousepads because, oh god, I've said mousepads way too many times now, and now it sounds weird in my mouth, but because my desk in my new office is going to be 1.8 meters long. I'm not sure if I've shown you guys any of my new office yet, so what I will actually do is I will edit in right here. Alright guys, we are back to echoey phone video audio, but this is my new study space. This is where I'm going to set everything up. As you can see, it is not ready. I really wanted to do this PC building video in this study, but it really is not ready. Those are the radiators that are going to go up. My desk is going to be in this corner, and it's going to be a 1.8 meter desk, because I'm not playing around. I want to be able to invite people down, do collabs and things. 1.8 meters of space is going to be a lot of space. I had Hoodlum's Crafty down here to do a few videos and stuff when we went to EGX, and it really wasn't enough space at the tiny desk I have at the moment. So I've ordered a 1.8 meter business desk to go there, and plenty of space if somebody comes and collabs, basically for us to have this giant long desk where we can just focus and get some work done. So yeah, cool. Let's move on now to the Strix Claw mouse. It's a really cool mouse. I need a new gaming mouse. My old one has been acting up recently. It's starting to shake when it's stationary. The mouse cursor will shake, and that is a sign that a gaming mouse is about to die. This mouse is a 5000 DPI mouse, which is quite high, but the best part about it is that it has quick DPI switching buttons on the mouse itself, so you can easily adjust the DPI up and down to suit your current needs. If you want to snipe somebody, you can adjust it right down for that precision aiming, and if you're running and gunning, for example, on a shooting game, you can adjust it up to the maximum 5000 DPI for high-speed movement and high-speed aiming. So I'm going to open this up and we can just take a look at the build quality of the mouse. Okay, so we are back after a brief edit. I finally have the mouse unboxed, and first things first, it's got a braided cable, which I really like. I think any mouse that doesn't come with a braided cable, you should instantly be wary that it's going to be low build quality. An unbraided cable is the ultimate in this is not a high quality product. It feels nice. It's got a sticker on the bottom on the DPI sensor. I'll take that off later. It feels nice. It's got a smooth feel to the top and then grippy sides, which is exactly how I like my mouse, because I like to be able to slide my fingers back when I'm clicking. Apparently it supports all grips, but if you're not a standard palm grip, then I don't want to talk to you, because apparently you think the claw is superior. And it's got 3 of these programmable buttons on the side, as I said, which I'm going to be using for Wukong's abilities in Smite. I'm going to be clicking this middle button to do my spin attack and kill all my enemies in Smite, which is going to be useful. The DPI buttons are here, and we've got an indicator, it looks like here. These LEDs, we'll see if they're LEDs when I actually plug the mouse in, but a nice indicator there to say what speed your DPI is, I assume, because there are 3 LEDs. And yeah, overall it's a nice build quality. It's a good mouse. It seems really nice, so I'm looking forward to using it. And I guess Beryl can have my old damaged mouse until she decides to get her own. So last but not least, we finally get around to the Strix Tactic Pro keyboard. Now, this keyboard is gorgeous. I know this already because I did use it at the ASUS Republic of Gamers booth. It uses Cherry MX switches, and you can actually choose between any of the common colors. I was really happy because luck of the draw had it that I ended up getting Cherry MX Black. I'm quite a heavy-handed gamer, so I often accidentally click buttons with the MX Reds, so I'm really happy that I've got the MX Blacks on this keyboard because that would be always my choice of key. Most people do prefer the MX Reds just because they're slightly lighter keys to press, so you can get slightly higher speeds of actuation. So this is the thing that I'm super excited for. The ASUS Strix Pro finally got it out the box, which is going to lift it out here. We've got some WASD covers, some orange WASD covers. I'm not the biggest fan of WASD covers. I can easily find those buttons just all on my own. I don't need an orange piece of plastic to show me, but I might put them on just because they're fun. It is wrapped up quite a lot. There's a braided cable once again, so braided cables are good. These things are all beautifully boxed, and as I said, I am going to try and get a discount code, at least for UK viewers, to try and get you discounts on these products, although I can't promise anything. I am going to hit ASUS up once again. Beautiful keyboard. It looks really nice. It's a very solid build. It's got a good shape to it. I like the Strix owl on the side, which will glow, and we've got the manuals here, and I believe a software disk. There it is, a software disk and things. And yeah, we'll put that to the side. And let's take a look at this keyboard. Let's get this plastic off first of all. So here we go. Sorry, I get distracted. It's difficult to talk while I do this. I am going to have to do a lot of noise removal as well, so I don't think you'll be able to hear the click of the keys. We've got a key that's come off here, which is going to pop it back on, because I've already got a noise gate set, a very strict noise gate set on my mic for this recording because of the echo. And I'm also going to do noise removal. So I'm sorry if the audio has sounded terrible for this entire video. I'm just going to get this off the cable because I feel like it. And this is the ASUS Strix Tactic Pro keyboard. Absolutely beautiful keyboard. There is a reason I wanted to steal this at AGX, and that's because I really, really enjoyed using it. It's the first keyboard I'm going to use since, well, it's the first new keyboard I've got since, as long as I can remember. I have a very, very old mechanical keyboard from the 90s, which is perfectly good. It still works fine, and I will pass it along to Beryl after cleaning it thoroughly. But this is just a whole nother level. It's so clicky, it's so responsive, it feels great. I've looked into it. It's got great rollover. It's got built-in hardware that will stop you from losing any key presses. It's got this volume switch and media control center on the top right if you want to control your media from your keyboard. It's got these macro keys down the side and then 3 more on the bottom, so you can hit those 3 on the bottom while you're moving in a game. I might use those for Smite. The keys down the side can be used for all kinds of things. That's up to you. I'll leave that up to you, what you choose to use your macro keys for if you decide to pick up this keyboard. The keyboard does support hardware macro recording, and it's the Alt-G button, which I'm pointing to now, which is the hardware recording button for macros. That's kind of cool because it means you don't even need the software. You can just have hardware macros. And finally, the rest of this video is just going to be a super sped up me building the PC. I will get rid of the audio and just leave the music playing, maybe turn the music up a bit. Enjoy. you.